Hello and welcome everybody to this new segment. We are your fluent friends, Nick and
Banai.
and we have a very interesting story that's coming out of Europe a few weeks ago regarding actually one of my favorite beers, one that I really enjoyed a lot in college, Miller High Life. Banai, you want to tell everybody why are we talking about beer today?
Well, I'm not a beer person, so know that it's pretty interesting that I've found this news. So the reason why we're talking about this beer is because there are over 2,000 cans of them, of Miller High Life, that were destroyed in Europe by the government.
Yeah, so you might think, oh my God, why would they destroy beer? And just a little backstory, Miller High Life is one of America's oldest beers. It was one of the most popular beers in America for many, many decades. It's synonymous with working class America. Miller is based out of Milwaukee in Wisconsin, out in the Midwest. Why were the authorities in Europe so upset about somebody importing this specific beer that they had to destroy 2,000 cans?
The main reason why they destroy the beers is because their slogan. The slogan goes against European Union rules. So what's the slogan?
The slogan is the champagne of beer, and it's called that not because it's particularly fancy. It's definitely not. When I was a college kid, I enjoyed it mostly because of the price point, but I will say it is a delicious beer on a hot day. It's called the champagne of beers for two reasons. Number one, it's very bubbly, just like champagne. And number two, the bottle looks a little bit like a champagne bottle.
So the problem that the European Union has with the beer is not because of the taste or how we look. It's in the name champagne, because it doesn't matter how popular this beer is or how old it is. The slogan used the word champagne, which is a protected designation of origin of sparkling wine in Europe. The problem that the European Union has with Miller High Life, it's not in its taste, not in its bottle, but in the word champagne, right? So Champagne is actually a town in France. They produce a product called champagne.
What the rules in Europe are trying to do are to essentially protect the authenticity of a certain type of food product, right? So what the authorities say is that champagne only comes from Champagne. Anything else that you get that says champagne, if it's from California, if it's from Taiwan, wherever it is, that's sparkling wine. It's not champagne. And the European Union does this, like I said, to protect the authenticity of something that they say, look, this was invented here. This is the place where they make it best. And they want to protect that domestic economy and wherever it is so that people will continually buy champagne from Champagne because that's supposedly where the world-class bubbly comes from.
For anyone else who tried to use the word champagne on their own sparkling wine, you will be violating EU rules. And you will be viewed as a counterfeit, which is a word for fake product.
So yeah, this story, I find it particularly funny because Miller High Life, it's not as if they're packaging sparkling wine and trying to sell it as champagne. High Life is simply just plain old beer.
I think actually being a person that have studied French before, I can see exactly why they would actually be offended that Miller High Life, a working class beer, calling themselves champagne. They don't think it's funny. They don't think you are the champagne of beer. They actually think that you might be offending them, their national pride, by calling yourself a cheap beer the champagne of beer.
The shame of beer.
Exactly.
Well, now I'm going to protest French fries. Those actually come from Belgium.
That's actually being debated.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I don't really know if the result has come out. I mean, I learned about it a couple years ago when I was in college, but it may be an ongoing debate, but who knows? So if you think about just this example, it's going to probably help you understand a little bit. Think about 台东吃上米. So as the name suggests, it is 吃上米, rice that comes from 吃上, right? You're not going to see a rice from Thailand calling themselves 吃上米because that's just wrong. So imagine French people thinking their champagne in a similar way, right? Champagne has to come from Champagne.
And I think that it comes back to people feeling a certain bit of pride about something that their country has produced, wouldn't you say? These countries, they have, especially when it comes to food, it's a way that they can share their culture with other people. And of course, they would like to have full credit for whatever that may be, whether it's champagne or a baguette or, as Benai mentioned, a specific type of rice.
He said that because he forgot how to say the name of the rice.
That's not true. Maybe I had a high life in between. No, I'm just kidding. So this is just a funny little news story that we read about the other day, and one that hits a little close to home for me because I do enjoy to sip on a nice high life every now and again. And we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.